that the first order of business was that we held this committee as committee of the whole, so that council members could review the material that presented last council and come back with questions during the process allocations and whatnot. At this stage, is there anybody online besides us? Okay. So the rest of us have been on here. Councilman Johnson, do you have any questions?
Not right at this moment.
This might be pretty short. I'm not sure there's more for us to discuss. We have an allocation. We've got a spreadsheet. There may have been some revisions since last we met. But other than that, I think things are set and ready to go.
There were some comments that were given by, let's say, online things for residents.
Oh, okay. We haven't had any questions? Well, if we could review those and the answers, if somebody can review this later, that might help. I don't know if we're going to keep this recording. So for like Jim, who's on travel, we could actually see it during the day versus the middle of the night, which it is for him right now.
Everybody will be safe.
Yeah, if we're not posting it, at least send a link to council so that they can view it at their leisure. Now, were there any revisions or things okay.
His question is regarding the contribution to Snow King Ice Arena in the amount of $50,000 as an anchor nonprofit. I noticed that the store is not in the highest category per established criteria, so I would like to understand why they are being given an amount exceeding the target levels. Then the other part was addressed whether they were a nonprofit, which both organizations are.
There was one additional comment further down in his email, and that was just to request confirmation that the funds would be utilized in Snoqualmie, because he indicated that one of the entities was headquartered in Kirkland, and they operate 3 rings milk in the Washington area, but not necessarily within Snoqualmie.
Let me answer that first question though. I believe we actually looked back into it based on the financial impact of those 2 organizations and the calculated allocation. It was more than $50,000 a piece, wasn't it? Before we capped them.
I believe. Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah, I don't recall for Snow King. I do recall for Northwest Railway that the formula added up to a greater amount than $50,000. But I would have to go look at the formulas and the calculations. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Snow King was significantly larger than that.
The financial impact that they stated was significantly larger than.
Oh, the financial, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about profit calculations.
Do you want to include Sam's response in her email onto our records? We have that present as well, or is it sufficient that council would have been copied on Deb's email?
But have that entered in the record.
Okay.
Yeah, just for clarity.
And again, I think they have tonight. They have a week from tonight to come ask questions. It's the opportunity we've given the council.
So I just want to clarify, if I understood you correctly, the email that I forwarded to all of you, Samantha's response, you'd like that included as part of the minutes?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's available if anybody wants to.
There was
The chair recognizes Mayor.
So they did review, business licenses, which I believe we do, tax. And there was one business that did not, a license for 2021 or 2022, so that we each remove that.
And is that reflected in these numbers yet, or it comes out
Not
of
yet.
these numbers?
Right. That's about 14,000. Then as it's approved, we decide to increase the other just based on it. That's what I'm thinking. So increase based on moving that one.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm understanding correctly. So we're increasing everyone to make up for, to account for the 14,000.
Right, once it is over the maximum,
Right.
that now their max.
Yeah, same as we did, allocate out, cap it if you need to.
I'm very familiar with the exercise.
There's others that need to review, but it must mean that they did have this business license last year.
Correct.
And, just to be clear, mayor stated intent that we, without a business license, we take them out. That if any committee member objects, now do it, or behavior, here we go.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so if they didn't have one for 2021, then I think they're out.
Yep.
Okay, there's some that they will renew this year. So we have a chance to renew, but that means that they have it, like.
So, sorry, just to confirm then, the business that we're talking about was, did not have a business license in 2020 or in 2021.
2021 or. Right, this is not. Applicant. We will give them it. So there is one on here that shows they didn't have one for 2021, but they do for 2022. That's your first.
They have did they pay business operations last year? Taxes?
We haven't done the B&O tax review yet, and our office assistant is going on vacation as of today, so we've gone for a while, so that part will need to pump the brakes on for a second. I wonder if that business opened in 2021 there? I don't recall.
So help me now with the conversation. What is the exact dollar figure for the business in question? So help me out with the conversation. What is the exact dollar figure for the business in question?
The one I'm that's right now, 7,452.
Hmm.
7,453.
Yeah, round it up to 7,450.
Oh, round it up. Oh, yeah.
What point of order on that one? what record are we referring to? Because they wouldn't pay sales tax, so it wouldn't be a sales tax registration.
Now, this is whether or not they have a Snoqualmie business license.
Correct.
40 years or less.
Yeah.
Really older than this license.
Yeah.
Have they had one in the past?
This year.
They have one this year. We didn't check for previous years, only 2022 and 2021. So they have one this year. They did not have one last year. The only context I could provide is that it's a landlord. And there was, even among city staff, there was questions about whether landlords need a business permit. Found out that they do, talked about Sturbank, they do. She may not have been aware. That's all I know.
Because they don't have to report necessarily to the Department of Revenue. But if they are subject to the B&O tax, then they would need to do that, but I'm not so sure that property owners as landlords need to report B&O taxes.
So we can check further into it.
Yeah.
I think our interim financial director will be able to help us out with that.
Yeah. So subject to verification.
Subject to verification.
If they aren't qualified, then we'll remove them. Otherwise, we'll keep it as is.
I'm comfortable with that. I'm not super, really keen to be getting money to people who aren't.
Mhm.
Any other questions or concerns or notes on that? Well, I guess I will send out an email to council. We had the meeting, had the opportunity. Well, Councilman Johnson was gracious enough to come, and he wasn't one of the little voices that really spoke up like council. Chair recognizes Councilman Johnson.
Thank you. The only other question I had is that, thank you so much for the opportunity for us to review the documents and, to do our due diligence so that we could actually look at it and all that stuff before voting on something. I really appreciate that. And my fellow council members probably do as well. The only other question I had, since I've had a chance to look at this, is just wondering, do all of these businesses still exist, or have any of these businesses or nonprofits sadly had to fold either as a result of the pandemic or otherwise?
You must know this data by now.
I know.
All the businesses who had applied and are no longer in existence are removed from this list.
They had to be an ongoing business concern otherwise we took them out.
Thank you.
Do we have other discussion, or we can call this meeting early and meet again in a week?
Ma'am,
Hmm?
the 27th, yes. June 27th.
Well, we've got it on Thursday coming, we've got Thursday next week.
I was talking about it. Oh, next week.
We got this week, we'll have committee meetings next week. I assume we would have this meeting Thursday because we're meeting every week. So council has one more opportunity to come here on, I can't do that, whatever the 20th date is on next Thursday, and ask questions, and then Monday at June 27th, we will vote and hopefully pass. We'll see. That's about as close as I'll ever get to purchasing my vote. Unless there are objections, we're adjourned. Thank you all this evening.
Thank you.